Thank you for choosing Call to Mercy. In this video, I want to take you inside Module 9, titled Beyond These Walls, and show you a couple of unique features. But this is a really rich module that you're most going to benefit from getting access, going in, and exploring the depths of this one yourself. In particular, the teaching videos of Bishop Frank in this module are especially powerful and especially impactful on the lives of young people. But I want to show you two things in this module. The first is in activity number 2, titled One Small Step. Here's an activity that we do to help lead young people to moving from thinking about a life of mercy to being attracted to a life of mercy, then to actually doing merciful acts in the world. And this is an example of an interaction that's designed to move them from attraction to mercy, to doing mercy, by giving them just very simple things they can do. And here we tap the wisdom and the power of the messages of Pope John Paul II, who had such an amazing impact on the lives of young people throughout the world for so many years. And he had a way of connecting with them. And so we bring his words into this module. So you see first a quote by Pope John Paul II. He says, "Jesus invites us to love the poor because they should be given special attention precisely because of their vulnerability." And here, then, I have to match it with something. How often do you go without seeing the person or people living right next door to you? Think of something kind you can do for your next door neighbor this week. Then do it. Or here, find at least 3 articles of clothing that you can give to someone in greater need. Take them to a place. So I'm going through and I'm matching an action that I can take to the call to mercy that Pope John Paul II is offering. And when I find one that I think is a strong match, I match it up. And in this case, that happens to be a match, and I'm affirmed, and I continue. And it goes on. From there, it leads to a short answer. So imagine if every person in your confirmation class were to do at least one of the actions you just read about. In 2 or 3 sentences, describe what your community or your school might look like if everyone were to take seriously the call to leave the 4 walls of the church behind and build a community of mercy. This is an interaction type that is taking young people to imagine a different possibility from what they experience today. Imagine how their world, their community, their school could be transformed if we all committed to a life of mercy. I'm going to jump down here to activity 5. Let's change the world. You may have met Lucas already in an introductory video, or if you've explored this module on your own already. If you haven't, I encourage you to come in and watch the video of the story of this young man, Lucas Hobbs. It's really amazing and really powerful, and a true story of how one young boy at the age of 12 took one action of selflessness to change the world in which he lives. But here's what I want to show you in this interaction here, this activity. Here we are acknowledging the power of young people to do amazing things. And we're introducing something very special that St. Mary's Press is committing to as part of this program. We say St. Mary's Press invites you to tell us about someone you know between the ages of 10 and 18 who's doing something amazing to help make the world a better place. Maybe that person is you, go to Call to Mercy Facebook page and share your story or the story of a young person you know. And what's happening is St. Mary's Press is monitoring the stories that are being posted here. Each year, we're going to select one person's story that is an inspiring model of living out the call to mercy, and we're going to donate $1,000 to that young person's charity of choice, some charity that is making mercy real in the world. This is a way for young people to see that what they choose, their acts of mercy, can really have a much bigger impact on the world. Here's that Facebook page that it takes them to, where they can see, oh, I'm apologizing for that, see the stories of mercy that others have posted. And we continue. That leads to a closing video by Bishop Frank. This is an especially beautiful and powerful video that ends with this line from Bishop Frank. He offers them a challenge to go out and change the world. And remember this, even if you do something that fails, God is most proud of us when we try. It's a beautiful message from Bishop Frank at the close of the online learning modules. And that leads to an interaction where we ask the young people to make their own personal commitment of something they want to do, something they will commit to make this world a better place, a more merciful place. So that's a dive into some of the unique elements here in Module 9. Again, with access, get in, explore around. There's so much depth and so much richness in this module. And continue the good work. Again, I want to thank you for choosing Call to Mercy. And let's begin a revolution of mercy, confirming young people for a mission of witness to the gospel.